get it. I get it.
Yes. So, all right. Hey, girl. How
Hey,
you doing?
I'm
Yes.
good. What's happening? What's
I am.
happening?
Child. It's productive. I'm not gonna say busy, but I've been productive. I've been. Oh Lord Jesus, I don't even know where to start. I've been writing, digging my face into a book that I am publishing. I'm self-publishing. It's going to be releasing next year.
Oh,
So,
nice.
putting the content together, working with my I hired a co-editor because, I could
Mm,
bang you in the head with some vocabularies, but I want it to be I want it to be readable for people who are not into fashion because it's like a step by step of
hmm
how I define like personal style, so you can go about it. So I'm in the process
Okay.
of that, and then I also been in a lot of meetings of just putting together the book design. I'm like, girl, what did I sign up for? So it's
It'll
just
pay
a
off
lot.
eventually.
I know, but it's just a lot of little things like the font, like which font you want, how much space you want between the lines, and then the allowance from the page. It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, some people will probably say creating a clothing collection is a lot, but for me, I like visual, like I like colors, patterns, textures. I get
Mm.
excited about that. But looking at a book where stuff is just black and white and it's just the same thing, repetitive, I'm just like
Oh my
overwhelmed.
God.
And thankfully, I just have people around me who are supportive and just held me accountable. Like, how's it going? But child. But yeah, besides that, I've been taking myself out on dates. I promised
That's
myself
good.
that yes, yes. I've been taking up
That's
some little
actually
ball.
good.
I was taking some ballroom dancing class. That was fun.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
I think you're going to need to teach me some of those moves at some point, if you know what I
It's
mean.
so
I'll need it.
much. It's so much. There's like American ballroom dancing. There's international. There's just like so many different like I'm only at the
I
basics,
didn't know.
girl.
I didn't know that. I
Yes.
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yes.
I thought ballroom dancing was ballroom dancing. I didn't know there was
No,
American,
girl.
international.
No,
Wow,
girl.
that's
So yeah, I
crazy.
was at the beginner level, and some of the girls who were like well advanced, I'm just like, what are y'all doing with your feet? It was fun, but it was a lot. But yeah, I'm having fun though. I'm having
I think
fun.
eventually you get the hang of it. Eventually.
Eventually, eventually.
Okay.
But yeah, that was my last date night. Yeah, we're gonna figure it out what my next one's gonna be, but that's how my life that is my life right now, child. Child.
Okay. I mean, there's nothing as good as, pampering yourself, taking yourself out, you know, giving yourself the best care. I mean, if you can do it for somebody, why can't you do it for yourself?
Right.
So you might as well just please knock yourself out, I beg. Like we say here, you cannot come and die. You know what I mean? You cannot come and kill yourself.
Yes, Naja, Naja.
Oh.
The
So
first
yeah,
time I
please.
learned that word, I thought that was like a slang word. I was like, can I say this word? And my friend, Mr. Adore, because I can never say his first name, he's a photographer, but
Mm-hmm.
I was like, can I say this word? He's like, what do you
Why
think it
you felt
was?
gonna
I was
offend
like, I thought it
someone?
was like, the Nigerian version of that's like
Oh, nah,
yeah, I
not
didn't
even,
know.
not
I
even
just was
close.
like,
Not
what is
even
Naja?
close.
So I was like, can I say this? I'm American. I don't know. So yeah,
But since you go back to the States, have you used it?
if I come across and sometimes they think I am. That's why I call myself fake Jamaican African Island girl. If I don't say anything, there are people who think I am African. And as soon as I
Yeah, I
open my
mean,
mouth,
you're good. Yeah.
yeah, as soon as I open my mouth, I'm like, no, ma'am. I don't know what you saying. She's like, oh yeah, you are American. And I'm like, yeah, no, ma'am.
I mean, it's just it's fun sometimes. That's why I asked if you've used it since you got back because I mean, somebody might be saying something you'd be like, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. The person just be looking at you like,
Nada. I'm
Okay.
like, no.
What are you on? What are you on about? I mean, some of my friends who live in states, I've actually used it to catch cruise with them before.
Ah,
Like, you know, so they'll be talking like, I'm like, yo, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. I'm like, I beg, nah. They're like, what's that? I'm like, don't worry, never mind. I'm like, don't worry. I like, don't
man,
worry. It's cool. It's cool.
that's
But I
cool.
mean, I'm glad to be here. Girl, I love your haircut. I wish I was that bold. But
Ooh, we
I
gonna get
ain't.
into it another episode, okay?
Girl, you
But
looking fly. Like you said, though. Anybody that sees you outside will think you're Nigerian. Actually, it's
yes,
not a lie.
that's why I call myself fake Jamaican African island gal. Okay. Cause when I had hair,
Oh,
they thought I was Jamaican. And when I cut it
oh
off,
wow.
they thought I was American. They thought I was African. So yeah, I look like I'm something. I'm always look like I'm something. They never think I'm American until I open my mouth and I'm just like, no ma'am, I am American. I don't know what you're speaking, okay? But I will eat your food. Okay? Is that fufu?
Oh, you try. Oh my god.
Yes,
Ah! Oh, oh yeah. So
yes.
when next you're coming to Nigeria, please let me know.
That flight is
I
so
have I have to make you
long.
I have to make you eat some certain kind of things you've never tried.
What is
Never,
the
never.
dish where you like pick the fish in the morning and then
Mm-hmm.
they cook it? What is that? It's very, very spicy.
Oh, that you pick the fish in the morning and well, it depends on what you
I
are going
forgot
to
what it's
use to eat.
called. They,
There's
I think they
bully and
fix
fish, there's
soup. The soup.
fish stew, there's
Yes,
fish
it
stew,
was
there's fish
very,
stew, there's
very spicy.
oh nice. Did you
Yeah.
okay, so I'm guessing you've never tried amala before, have you?
What does that look like? Is that like that dough?
Ah, um, you know the way fufu is?
Uh-huh.
Like swallow, yeah.
Yep.
So amala is something like that. It's just a different color completely, and it tastes completely different. It's even lighter than fufu, apparently.
Okay.
Amala,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
so it's
think I've
really
ever tried that.
once you come.
I know they were just trying to feed me everything because they're like, you small. And I'm like,
No, but this you need to try. This
I'm
you
gonna
need to
try.
try. So when you're coming to Nigeria, just give me heads up. I would definitely take you to some very cool spots. Like when you're talking like proper local dish,
Hmm.
I got you. I got you covered.
That flight is so long from America.
Yeah,
It is
I know.
23 hours.
23 or 12 hours. Oh
Some
yeah, yeah,
wait,
yeah,
is
yeah.
that or was
It's
that
almost
Ghana?
20, it's almost 20 hours though. It's almost
Am I
20
getting
hours
it
at
confused with
least.
Ghana? I don't remember. I just know them flights is long. Jesus. Yes. But I
She
taste
said
some
yeah.
real food.
Oh my God. How many Nigerians have you been hanging around that you said yeah? Are you for
A
real?
lot. That's what I said. I'm a fake. They've adopted me. I that fake Jamaican African island girl.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't worry. Next
Yes.
time, by the
And
time
then the
you're going
teeth
back,
sucking. I can't wait. I haven't done it in a while. Yes.
I just did.
Yes.
Like any little thing, just like I beg, like free me.
Yes.
Just I beg, give me. But I mean, it's one of the things that makes I think it's one of the things that makes our culture really amazing because even with everything that is going on, we still try to find a little bit of a little bit of joy, a little bit of
Right.
cruise, a little bit of happiness. So welcome to the Nigerian lifestyle.
Yes.
But they'll feed you. But just know your Nigerian friends will try to make you eat stuff you've never heard of. Just
Yes, I'm just like, I
put
don't
it.
know what they're called. I just know it looks like I know fufu because I was tearing that thing up.
How did you not add weight?
You said, how do I know?
How did you not add weight? Like put on some weight, eating fufu a lot when you were here.
I actually was there for work. I was there doing a Rise Fashion Week.
Oh,
And
okay,
then
okay.
I just was trying food. I went to someone's house. They were having like a gathering. I'm like, "Ooh, what's that?"
I hope you didn't. I hope you didn't end up in the bathroom for eating something
No,
that didn't
I
agree with you.
didn't. No.
Okay, cool. All
No,
right,
that
cool,
wasn't my
cool.
first
So
time in
that's
Africa,
fine.
so I am very, yeah, I've tried different parts of African food. I done tried Egyptian
Mm-hmm.
food, Ghana. I done been, okay? I done traveled.
All
Yes.
right, as long as they didn't finish you with pepper, sha, so that's fine. As
No,
long as they
thank
didn't,
goodness.
that's good. That's fine. All right, let's get into it.
So, I'm gonna do this one different because we gotta unpack this question because I've been doing a lot of cleaning, and I came across my journal. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, let me just sit and just read. And boy, was just my mindset and how I went about things was so different in my 20s. So I just was
Mm,
like, what is the difference with my femininity, my friendship, and my lifestyle versus I'm in my 20s versus in my 30s? Because we're both in our
30s.
30s. And
Yeah.
things have changed a lot. Well, I'm not gonna say a lot, but just I've definitely learned how to separate what was priority and what was just things that are disposable. But I just
Mm,
found it very, very interesting when I was just going through my journal and just comparing how I thought now versus then. I was just
mm-hmm.
like, boy, have I gone through a transformation. And I'm going to definitely have to say, thank you, God, to the therapist that I had to comb through some kinks. Cause I'm gonna
Wow.
tell you this: in my 20s, I was a hot tamale. Definitely had an attitude. I definitely had an
I think
attitude in my 20s.
I think we all did in our 20s because especially here in this part of the world, once you cross that 21-year-old mark,
Mm-hmm.
there's a whole lot going on for you. And especially if you're like a woman and you're the first child, bruh, you do not want to know if your parents are not bombarding you how you're supposed to get married in the next 4 years.
Right.
Um, you have to have a good job. There's a lot of pressure. And you're right. Like when you say a lot of things have changed, I would say for me, a few things have changed. Um, lifestyle, 20s and 30s. Okay, yeah, obviously, the way I reason now,
Mm-hmm.
I would never have done that when I was way younger. Like,
Uh-huh.
I think of how I handle certain situations now,
Mm-hmm.
and looking back in my 20s, my head is telling me, like my heart is telling me, like, yo, it's fine, it's okay, just let it
Mm-hmm.
go. But my mouth is about to spit some some things like, look, when people tell you that, at this point in your life, you're like, see, there's some things I cannot even stress myself over anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But when you were in your 20s, it was like, if you've not said it, it has not ended.
Right.
Like if you've not like expressed how you feel, if you've not let me put it in the Nigerian sense. That thing within your mind, that thing within your chest, you got to come.
Come on,
You
accent.
got
Come on through.
you have to, like, that thing within your full chest with your
Yes.
mind. Like, you don't, at that point you're not even caring who you hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You're just dropping it as it's hot. As it's
Right.
entering your head, it's coming out of your mouth. But
Yes.
now, especially with your colleagues, even with your friends and your family, you just look at them and be like, yeah, not today. I'm not doing
Not
this with you.
today.
Not
You're not messing
today.
up.
So
You're not
I
messing
mean,
up my vibe. You are not
so
messing
yeah,
up my vibe.
yeah. So I mean, thank you. So I mean, it's changed. It's changed a lot of things. That's why I said, like the way we were brought up here
Mm-hmm.
as women, we were programmed. Well, most of us were programmed that as you're coming out of school, you
Mm-hmm.
should be before you even think of getting a job, you should have already had somebody who has put a ring on your finger.
Right.
You know, it's just now that a lot of parents, especially for us who have made our parents understand that life is not like that anymore, that you're coming out of school, either your parents have arranged somebody that you're going to get married to, maybe you're from a wealthy home, they'll say, oh, you have to marry my friend's son, or you have to marry my friend's daughter, and it's even with your friends,
Right.
there are certain friends you don't keep anymore. There are certain things you don't do anymore. Like, because
Right.
you look at it like, that was like, okay. And then when you look at kids now, you're just like, yeah, I feel old. Because it's like,
Do you really
okay.
feel old?
Actually, I don't. I
Okay, I'm
actually
about to
don't.
say, do you? I'm
I,
about to say, I don't feel old. I feel like, girl, I've been there,
no,
done that.
I don't. And the best part for me is because I look at it like, sometimes even with the people younger than us, I won't lie, I've learned some things from them because the boldness these kids have though.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, it's just like growing up, your parents are talking.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say a word. Like you can't
The
um
disrespect is maintained. The respect is maintained.
yes, because even if you say a word, even if you're not rude, your parents quote and unquote assume you are.
Mm-hmm.
But kids these days, some have found a way to balance, how they express themselves by not being confrontational, aggressive, rude, or whatever. Unlike when we were growing up, that your parents would give you fire and brimstone and thunder and lightning. Even when
Mm-hmm.
you know that they are wrong, your own job is to say, Mom, Dad, I'm sorry, and then you move on.
Right.
But you've not been able to say how you feel. You've not been able to say, okay, Mom, Dad, what you said wasn't fair. This is how I feel. I know you love me. I know you mean well, but sometimes. So, I mean, there are a lot of people our age, within our age brackets that are broken. Let's call it what it is.
Yes.
Let's be honest with ourselves. So, I mean, when I saw this topic, I was like, oh wow, especially from the aspect of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
It's so
Let me.
much pressure.
I want to ask you this question: when you were growing up, like when you were leaving your 20s, entering your 30s, your
Mm-hmm.
circle of friends, was it thinning out?
It had started thinning out at like 25, 26. I had hit
Exactly.
like a wall of like, where's everyone at when I need them? Because I was giving
Mm.
them what they needed in my early 20s. And this is when I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'll pay for that. Or yeah, you could come with me. Or yeah. And then 25, it was like a reality check for me because I had lived even farther away. I lived in Miami, Florida. And
Oh
I
wow.
was just like, I need my community to like uplift me or whatever I needed at the time, and no one was showing up. So I had to like cut people off. I definitely had. I have no problem cutting folks off. I am the queen of cutting folks off and have no empathy about it. You didn't show up and
Have
show out for me when I needed, so yeah, you out. Stay on that side. Unless you
I
was on
love
the
the energy.
deathbed, unless you was on your deathbed, but other than that, stay on that side.
I mean, I love the energy. So that means you're the how do I put it? So you're the kind of person who, whatever you give me is what you get.
Yeah,
The energy you give me is what you get. But have you ever been cut off by anyone? Do you know anyone who just stopped talking to you for some very weird reason? Maybe one of
absolutely.
the
Like I said earlier, I my mouth was slick, and people do not. It's. I'm not gonna say slick. I'm gonna say it was
Mhm.
truthful. I'm gonna say it was very truthful.
Okay.
I
Hmm.
only gave it when you asked. It's not like I'm just throwing it out. But
Right.
a lot of people couldn't take it. So yeah, I've definitely been cut off because, like I said, my mouth was. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Like, girl, what the f you doing? Like, you trying to get us killed? You just said that to me? Yeah. What is wrong with you?
So how are you able to control all that? Because I know it takes a lot. Because no, because this thing that you're saying, honestly, I can actually relate because sometimes it's as if nobody asked me, but I just felt like I had to give an opinion. Like, yo,
Right.
this thing that you're doing doesn't make sense. You know,
Right.
I didn't know that there's sometimes that it took a lot for me to understand that it's not every situation you feel like you have a voice. It's not
Hmm.
every situation that you feel you should say something. It's not every situation you should be involved in. If they
Hmm.
don't tell you, don't ask.
Right.
So how are you able to like find a balance and know that okay, yeah, girl, you're going too far. You need to learn how to not say stuff all the time.
Right. I definitely learned that at the age of 32. So that's like
Damn.
2 years ago. That's like when I really like was like hitting pavement on trying to improve myself. But going to therapy and taking and accepting that that's my mouth, like that's how I am sometimes. Cause
Yeah.
I don't like beating around the bush. I like communicating, so there's no gray areas. That is why I am truthful like that. But the therapist had to give me like exercises on how to minimize or not minimize, but kind of give it the sandwich effect, give it the
Mm-hmm.
compliment and then telling them
Yeah.
what the problem is and then complimenting them again. So I've been taking that method, but like tweaking it to my own. And I know I definitely tested that out with a friend during a pandemic. She was doing like the same BS as what she was doing in our 20s. And I'm just like, girl, like I love
Wow.
you to death, but like you're a business owner, like you done moved to a bigger space, you're doing great for yourself. And now you caught up with the law. Like I'm not saving you again. Like I'm tired of this. There's nothing for us to progress to. Like it's been over 10 years and you're still doing this. So I'm tired of having this conversation. I wish you the
Wow.
best. I still love you. I'ma just have to love you from afar. I'll buy whatever. I don't but I there the communication between us, the relationship, it just needs to be cut off because I don't want to be around this.
Yeah, I mean that was a a very valid reason because it's sad how you have gotten to a certain point in your life and then some people just feel like they don't want to grow. They just
They
feel
get
like,
comfortable.
oh, okay.
Yeah, they get
Yeah,
comfortable
because
and they feel
and
like
then
they
they
can
just feel
just
like,
fall
oh,
behind you. Go ahead.
yeah, they'll feel like, oh, if I call Makara or if I call Eve, they'll just show up. You know, it now feels like any little thing, if I call any of them, they'll just show up. And then they just keep going. Because if you didn't do that to your friend, she just felt like, okay, if I get caught up in a lot, speed dial, Makara will come through for me. And then the day you don't come through, she makes you look like a bad person. But a lot
Yeah.
of people don't understand that they're usually the problem. For your
Yeah.
friend to actually up and say, you know what, I love you, but the best I can do is love you from far. That should actually say a lot. A friend of over 10 years, if you want to sit down and be like, okay, yeah, something is not right.
Yeah,
Something is
it was a
definitely.
lot of things. I'm just not leaving it out. I'm just leaving it out because
No, it's fine. Yes,
I
it's
know, but
better. Yeah,
yeah,
no, it's true.
it was just a lot of things and I was just like, girl, like and you have a child. I feel like you should be more mature. Like the things that you're doing, it just does not add up. I don't really feel like we are aligned as women
Mm,
because of the decisions that you're making. And I want to be around people who make similar, if not better, decisions making than I
yeah.
am. And you're not really doing that. And your behavior is not showing it. That's another thing that I've been paying attention of in my 30s versus in my 20s. People's behavior, but most importantly, females' behavior. I kind of you got to call it out sometimes. They say, I want us to talk more often, but yet I'm the one making more calls than you. And on top of that, I'm not a type of female that needs maintenance. Like you could call me every other week. We could my ideal girls' night out would be like every other month. We could go out to eat. We could go to the spa,
Yeah.
whatever it is, because I know the type of work that I do. It could be intense and some of the projects last to like 45 days or whatever the case may be. But like every other
Mhm.
month, that, yeah, I'm just not a high maintenance type of friend. And females' behaviors just don't match up to what they're complaining and what they want. So I call it out. But that's why my circle of friends is very, very small. Very small.
Mm. Yeah, which is totally understandable, to be honest, because um unless people who call themselves your friend start to understand that, okay, this is the angle you're coming from, this is the direction you're you're going to.
Hmm.
It would take someone who is disciplined and somebody who understands that, look, we're grown, we're adults. Life is happening to all of us. Like my cousin would
Girl.
say, life is lifing everybody
Yes.
because life is lifing everybody because out of all your friends, you have like two or three people who are married. She has to think of her husband, she has to think of the kids, she has to think of herself, she has to think of her home. You, on the other hand, you're not married. You don't expect your friend to just up and leave her house or her home,
Nah.
come and hang out with you just because you feel like, oh, we're good. They're just
Nah.
setting, like, even some of my friends, like, I have friends who are married, but I draw a line. Just
Yeah.
because you and I are close does not mean I can show up to your house.
Yeah.
Because I know at least one or two of my friends have accused me that, since they got married, I've been keeping my distance. I'm like, no, it's not because I don't want to see you. You're my friend, but it has gotten to a point where I now know that if I want to come to your house,
It's not just her
um,
house, it's her husband in her house.
exactly. But I mean, I'm coming to see her. But even if I know your husband and your husband is my friend, your husband is my buddy, I still have to respect the fact that both of you own that space.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you will have to talk to each other and you guys will have plans. I can't just call you and say, Hafa, I did outside your gates. No, because
Girl.
I mean, because it's before she got married, I could do that. Yo, Hafa, you did house. Okay, I did come house. I did come sit down, one shop.
Right.
Okay, so that
You live
means
in a single life.
you get me. But now I'm like, yo, what's good? When is a good time to come and see you? Or are
Right.
you free tomorrow? Like, it's not because of anything. It's just because I have come to a certain realization that, yo, back in the day, we could show up to each other's houses at any time, even if I'm not expecting that half idea house. Oh yeah, come, 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 come. But now I'm
Mhm.
just like, yo, when are you home? Oh, I'm not around. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, can we do tomorrow? Can we do next tomorrow? Just give me free time. If I'm free, I will let you know. But some people don't know when to
Separate the
just,
separate the I just was talking to somebody about this. Separating well, first they have to come to realization that you're not living a single woman. You're not living a single womanhood life no more. Like you're married.
yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
you are one with your husband, whereas I'm one
Yeah.
with myself. So I think a lot of females don't come to that realization of that. And then number two, yeah, you gotta coordinate what's because I mean your kid could have a freaking fall on the stairs or something, and then you're like you got a lot going on where it's just us. Like we
Yeah.
just got a responsibility of us. We don't have a village or a community that we are carrying through or influencing or whatever. So I don't know. I primarily have all my female friends are married. Because the one that I cut off,
Oh,
she was not married. That was the only one who was not married. But yeah, all my friends right now, the ones that I call my friends, that's another topic.
yeah.
But the ones I call my friends, they are married already.
Mm-hmm.
Um, anyone else are just acquaintances, peers, colleagues. I see you
Yeah.
and I see you. But my
Mm-hmm. But
friends, but yeah, all my friends are
but
married.
has it affected you anyway?
As far as them being married,
Yeah.
no. You talk about as
Okay.
far as like the pressure of them being married and why am I single?
Yeah, there's that. And also, some, I don't know, some female friends tend to do this thing of, I'm married, you're
No,
single.
I cut them off.
Subconsciously, they
Yeah,
start
no.
to act weird.
I cut that friend off a long time ago. I know what you're talking about.
Ah,
Like, yeah, I'm married. Yeah, I'm married. I'm going back to my husband. I cut her off.
So any little thing, my husband this, my husband that, my husband this, my husband that. I'm
No,
like,
she didn't
yo,
do
you
that
might want
much. She
to.
just used to be
Okay, cool,
like,
cool,
"All
that's
right,
fine.
girl, I gotta go because I gotta go back to my husband." She'll do. She was good for that, and I was just like, "All right, it's time for you to go because I don't really care." But
Oh
the
my
pressure,
God.
no, because predominantly all of my 20s, I was the one in a relationship, and then my friends were single, and now it's
Oh,
a reverse.
oh.
So now it's like it's a reverse, and then I'm like a new version of me because, yeah, like I said, I had an attitude. I'm out, and still had a
We
boyfriend.
outside. I'm
Right.
out.
So
We
yeah,
outside.
it's like I'm learning myself all over again. But I'm having
Mm.
fun. I'm not in a rush. But I would like companionship. I'm not like the girl who's like, I'm independent. No, ma'am, because I do not want to fix that machinery over there. I don't want to mess up these nails. Okay. Um,
You're not finna climb a ladder and change the light bulb, no?
Listen here. I go right downstairs to the security guard. Hi, this is too tight. Can you open this, please? Yes. I'm a woman.
For real? Nah,
Yes.
come on. No, stop. Mikara, tell me you're joking.
Sometimes the jar be too tight. Yes, I will
Yeah.
go downstairs to my security guard and ask him to open it. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That is the first because here you have to figure that thing on your own.
No, ma'am. I'm America and
Yeah,
I'm
no.
gonna utilize my rights. Hey, this is too tight. I can't open. Oh, okay. Oh, this is too tight. Yeah, that's why you're gonna use your muscles.
I love the energy though. That
Okay.
that is but no, but I think it's a good thing because for the reason why I'm laughing is because here
Hmm.
you will find a way to open that thing yourself. Or if you have to put it under your armpit and
No,
use
ma'am.
napkin or towel or whatever, you will
I will
open that. You will
clean.
see.
I will
You will open that jar.
clean. No, ma'am. I will clean. I will organize. But you want me to climb and no, ma'am. Hey, Charlie. Hey. Okay, James. Who's
Yeah, but you
downstairs?
see that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. That like now it's different because um it's just like back in the day when I don't know if you experienced this, but here in Africa,
Hmm.
especially in this part of the world, as a woman, you're growing up, your parents, especially your mothers, just feel you should be able to do almost everything because they can take care of the
Child.
home, cook, um, and then the one that even keeps annoying me is how they keep reminding you, ha, you're the woman of the house, so you're going to take care of your husband. You're going to shake con.
Hmm.
I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, that's
So
how they are over here.
that's why
My generation.
you see that thing of opening a tight jar.
Hmm.
We were so I don't want to use the word brainwashed, but we were led in this part of
You
you
gotta be
should be able to.
strong and independent, and you don't need no man.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how my mother was. That's why I said in my 20s, I don't even know how I had a boyfriend that long. And I'm being so honest. I don't know
wow.
how he tolerated me. I mean, I was
I was just
fun.
gonna
I
be like,
wasn't,
he must have really loved you.
yes, but I definitely can be a handful because I was just like, I don't know. I can do this myself. My mama told me I can do this myself. Yeah.
Yeah, no, if it's that part, I'm not going to lie. That actually affected me. Do you
Yes.
know that it's just, I think it was from 2020 or 2020 into this year that I started accepting when men opened the door for me. It felt weird.
Oh no, I always had that. Yeah,
No, I'm not. No, this one. I'm not even going to lie about this.
Mhm.
Like I'm used to like getting stuff done. Like I always have this mentality at the back of my head of, what if there's nobody there? What if there's nobody to help me? Wouldn't I just? That's why I said, you see that opening that jar thing. We were
Mhm.
so pushed to the point of, what if there's nobody there? What if? That's why people say, oh, when I wear a dress, people are like, oh, please, can you zip me up? I'm like, yo, I already have this thing in my head is, if I'm living alone and I have to dress up myself, what happens? I should be able to zip up myself with or without nails.
Right.
So it took, I'm not going to lie, it took me up until I was 27, 28
Mm-hmm.
to understand that, look, it is okay for you to actually be helped. It is okay for you to let your man do something for you. Even if the person is not your man, like it is okay for, like, chivalry is not dead. The way they make it look as if, no, if a man opens the door for you, it's like he wants something.
Right.
Or a man helps you or somebody helps you, the person wants to gain some. There's still few good people, even with all the craziness that's going on in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So with friendships, because so I never used to have female friends. It was hard for me to keep female friends.
Really?
Um, yeah, it was. I grew up, first of all, I grew up a tomboy. That's one. See all
So
this?
was I.
Yeah, so you see all this, I just started learning how to like get this done. And because of my job, you have to find like some identity. You can't be going for some events and be looking some certain type of way. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then, so because of the fact that I grew up with a lot of guys, there was one particular trait that I picked up, and I kind of found it hard to relate with some of, like, with some of the female friends I made and I gained.
Mm-hmm.
Men, when they have issues, they will shout, 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 but the issue does not go past that day, right?
Right.
So I kind of picked that up. So if like, take for example, if I have an issue with you, unless I'm very angry to a point where I feel like if I say something, I might hurt you or disrespect you, then I will get back to you on it. But if it's something that I know that needs to be said, I
Mm-hmm.
will say it. And then at the back of my mind, I'll be like, look, or I might even tell the person, I say, see, let me speak my Nigerian English. Last, everybody will do all right. After this conversation, if you have to talk to me, fine. If not, you move.
Right.
Because it was hard for me to keep
Prolong the
female friends
conversation.
because um most girls or most ladies enjoyed this thing of, oh, I'm not talking to this person. Oh yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, we're keeping my list. And then so because I'm not talking to Mikara, I expect my next friend to stop talking to Mikara. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Oh
Those,
yeah, the
those,
little.
those kind of,
Oh yeah, no, I don't do those.
like it was even in my 20s, I never did. I found it very weird. I'm like, so because you have an issue with somebody, I automatically have an issue with the person. It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So our friendship, so my friendship with a lot of girls died because of that. Because one, I didn't like friendship with girls because most of the time when girls fight, things that you never heard of or you never knew about start to come to light. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
why? I
And we
know as you grow older, it would die down, but it still doesn't make sense if you ask me.
Yeah, I used to be a tomboy too. I ran track and field, so I ran track and field, so I was always around boys or girls who were tomboys as well. So that's probably why I pick up the whole, being smart and just being
Mm-hmm.
aggressive. But yeah, being around
Yeah.
a large group of girls, I never liked. That's gonna be definitely an episode with someone else. I never liked being around like anything past five group of girls because
Mm.
it's just too many personalities. It's too catty. I had this one instance of this one girl. I had just cut my hair all off, and I was going to an all black school, all university, and she was a
Yeah.
friend of a friend. She was light skinned. I'm saying this for a reason. But she was light skinned. She had long hair. She had just gotten her hair done. We were going to the club, and guess who was getting all the attention? I was.
You.
I
I love
was.
it. Love it.
And so a guy came over and he talked to me. So he saw I was cool because because I have a resting bitch face sometimes. Because when I'm in like thinking
Yeah,
mode, I'm just
you actually do. I'm
yes.
not even going
I'm
to lie.
sorry.
You actually do.
But a guy was talking to me and we were just having a conversation and then the rest of his friends came over and talked to my set of female friends. Well, I don't even want to call them friends. So we all came together and then she was just like, well, yeah, like She just gotta get like a 5 minute haircut, and I done sat in the salon for like 3 hours. Yeah, she was just very, very spicy. Very
What was
spicy.
that for?
Girl, that's why I said it's just too many personalities. So
Wow,
that night didn't end too well. Like I said, she was a friend of a friend, and
friend, of
yeah, me
course.
me and her definitely had a altercation. But yeah, I don't know. And around 25, when I realized no one was showing up for me, around 26, 27 is when I had to just dig in my self-awareness and was like, I'm tired of these female friends, and I'm also just tired of my mother's way saying, you got to be independent, you got to be strong. I just felt very exhausted, and I had accomplished
Mm,
so much, and I'm just like, yo, this is still not good enough for this woman. Like, it's not working. Your way is not working, and I'm hanging that up. Like, I'm changing everything. That was the start of me changing my mindset for the lifestyle, the way how I'm
yeah,
feminine, and just my female friends. So around that time where everything just felt so heavy internally, I was just like, I'm tired of this. Like I'm exhausted, and I'm only 27. So I was just like,
that's a
I
lot.
gotta hang this up. Yeah, this whole independent, I'm strong. Like I live in Miami. I live off of Biscayne Boulevard. This is expensive. Like I had everything I've ever wanted,
Wow.
and it
I
still
mean,
it still wasn't good enough.
it's great, but you see this issue of femininity and lifestyle for me.
Hmm.
I'm not going to lie. It took a lot. It took a
Really?
whole, bruh. Like, I hated going out with my friends at the
Hmm.
time because they would wear like nice dresses and heels. If you had left me, like, there was one of my friends who is like, when we're going out, when she's shopping for herself, she will intentionally buy me a dress
Hmm.
because she knows if she leaves me, I'm gonna just wear a t-shirt and a pair of jeans and sneakers and I'm out.
Right.
I couldn't, I didn't like, so I barely wear makeup, right?
Hmm.
But in my 20s, there was nothing you wanted to tell me.
Right.
You are not putting makeup on my face. There's nothing like, except I had to work, like,
Hmm.
like modeling, commercials and all that kind of stuff. But so just randomly wear makeup, bruh. Like doing my nail, like I think it was after I left university. I left university 2017.
Hmm.
And it was, no, what am I saying? I left university 2011, 11 years ago. Why did I say 2017? I left 2011.
Hmm.
And I was also trying to find my identity at the time. I was, when I left university, I had just clocked 21. So I didn't
Girl, you
know,
had a long way to go.
bruh, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to go about it. And I'm one of those late bloomers. Like, I was experiencing things people had already experienced like years before.
Hmm.
Some things that my own colleagues had experienced. So it shaped me, and it kind of made me understand that, look, it's okay to wear t-shirts, it's okay to wear jeans,
Hmm.
but you could still look feminine with them,
Yeah.
especially if you're trying to attract, someone nice, or you see somebody that you like, and you just
Or
want to
just
get that
anyone
person's
in
attention
general.
in general, right? So because I felt like if I hadn't worn like a free t-shirt where I'm like rolling, even if it's like short sleeves like this, I have to roll up the sleeves.
Or just
My
wearing
jeans were,
necklaces.
I didn't know. It
Okay.
was bit by bit. I
Okay.
started understanding that I could actually wear, like, my jeans had to be baggies. I had to wear baggy chinos. I had to
Ah,
wear baggy
okay.
jeans. I had to wear dungarees, and I still had that. And then I used to play basketball a lot.
Okay.
So I still had that. Oh, like I had to be free. I had to wear a jersey. I had to. So
Hmm.
it was later. when I started, doing TV shows, going on interviews, going for shows, that I realized that, okay, you can actually wear a very cute t-shirt, pencil jeans, or wear a nice pair of shoes or heels or something, have your hair done, have your nails done, even if you don't make up, but you will still look,
Good, right.
attractive. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
looking homeless. Like
Okay.
it was so it took a lot. So between then and now, I
Mm-hmm.
can't lie. I still wear t-shirts and everything, but I feel different when I do.
Okay.
I I feel like even if the t-shirt is a guy's t-shirt,
Mm-hmm.
but the way I would wear it and how I would feel
Mm-hmm.
is way different from when I was in my 20s.
20s. Okay.
Because now I feel like, okay, girl, you're looking good. You're looking, like even if I don't wear makeup or anything, for the fact that my hair's done, my nails are done, I have
Mm-hmm.
shades, and I'm like, girl, you look good. It's like, okay, everybody else will be all
Yes.
right, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that much confidence, and I think also my weight added to it. I used
Mm-hmm.
to be bigger than this before, right?
Okay.
So I used to be bigger than this before. So I want to wear some things like I want to wear. So with my body, I want to wear banded dresses. I didn't understand that every body type had a certain kind of dress you should wear and certain dresses you should not wear.
Yes.
But so because I wanted to look like my friends or I wanted to feel like I could look feminine, I didn't know that I could actually still be big and still look nice.
Mm-hmm.
So because I didn't find what I was looking for, my way of covering up was just look for something baggy and just,
Okay. Just cover your flaws.
you know. But it's amazing how even when I used to try and wear baggy t-shirts or baggy jeans, I got people to talk to me. And I'm like, what am I doing?
It's your personality.
Because
It's you. It's how you carry yourself and your confidence.
because the thing was, I mean, my friend funny thing was I didn't feel it.
Mm.
I won't even lie to you. I didn't feel it because I mean, back then, my friends were the curvy ones. There were the slim ones. They could wear the bandage dresses, wear the bomb shorts, and swim, like bodysuits, and still be And I'm just like, yeah, I can't do this. Now, fast forward, I'm actually skinnier than all of them.
Oh, come on, come back, queen.
I
Come back,
know,
queen.
right? I know, right? So like, it was because it was even at our friend's wedding, and we took a picture together, and I was like this, and my friends were like, I'm like, yo. Back in the day, in our early 20s, I was the chubbiest friend.
Mm-hmm.
And now it now looks like I'm the smallest friend because at the point, my friends are like, you should say go wear clothes like this because you don't disappear finish. So I'm
Right.
like, yeah, eventually I would, but so I think with that, it took a lot of, I'm not going to lie, it took a lot of losing the weight. I lost the weight, and
Work.
for some very weird reason, yeah, it took a lot of work. It took me almost 2 years to get to where I am today with my body
Okay.
size.
There's some people that take more
It's-
than that. So,
yeah, but what I'm saying is, it was a consistency for me, and I think it was just because my mindset and what I was trying to achieve. I'm not going to
mhm.
lie to you, Makara. It was hard. At a point, it was like, I'm not doing this again. I'm done. I can't.
I mean,
You
they
know,
say everything worthwhile is going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. They say
I'm not
that.
even going to lie
So,
to you. It was hard. So like when you sent me this topic, I just started laughing because I actually had to sit down and think. I'm like, yo, wait, 20s, 30s.
yes.
How?
Yeah,
Like
I
I
journaled.
put
I journaled. I journaled. I journaled and journaled.
mine is pictures. I've got pictures of myself. Like I look at myself then, I look at myself now, I'm like, yo, okay, there's a major difference. And it's not even just about my lifestyle or how I look or Mikara, I had to find a way to start taking care of myself. You see all this thing of, oh, once in a while, people are going to the spa. Okay, I've never done that before, but I would eventually.
Child, I am the
I,
queen. I am bougie Betty. Okay, we going to the
I have
spa,
never done that before, but I feel like I'm gonna try it one time. But
girl. Girl,
till
you
then,
better go to
but
the
you see,
spa.
all this having to subconsciously take care of your face,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you do all the exfoliating, make sure your skin is popping, make sure you don't have like, bruh, my this is part of my palm.
Oh
All
my
supposed to be
goodness.
white because I didn't used to rub cream or I
So
used to
you
rub
had so
lotion.
you had a full transformation from 20s to 30. From
Yes, I did.
inside, like your mindset and your like
Inside
your
out.
packaging.
Yes,
Yeah, my
inside
thing
out. Like
was
it
mindset.
was crazy.
Yeah,
It
my
was what?
thing was mine was my mindset. Like I was just
Oh
independent,
wow.
strong. I could do everything. I was in and out of the fashion industry. So if you look back in the day, you gonna be like, this not now, and I'll be like, no, girl, that was yeah, my mindset. I had to allow people to help me because I never asked for help. Flirting was very hard for me. Vulnerability,
Mm.
yeah, my mindset needed to be reconstructed and reprogrammed. My outside, I've always been the fashion girl or trying new stuff, hairstyle to the nine. Like, I always skincare. I always went to dermatologist. It's been over 12 years.
Oh wow.
I don't even need to put on makeup. Like all I have is like concealer underneath and then my mascara and my eyebrows. But I'm that type of girl. But my mindset needed to be reconstructed wholeheartedly.
Mm. Um. Okay. You mentioned something about mindset, your mindset being transformed and all that. Because for me, it was a conscious effort. Because I remember you said something about going to a therapist.
Hmm.
Here, before you find a therapist is a problem. Then eventually, when you do, you're like, yeah, I'd rather put that money in my pocket because you just be like, how much am I? Because it's expensive, right? And
Yes.
so I think one of the things that helped me was my workout.
Hmm.
Um, like when you work out, especially running, I don't know, there's this thing that running does, especially when you do it in the morning or last thing at night. There's this feel you get like your mind is
Oh,
clear.
it releases like I forgot the name of the chemical in your brain,
You know,
but yeah.
endomorphins or something like that, more
Hmm.
endomorphins or something like that. So it took it was a subconscious effort. You mentioned something about you not wanting people to help you. We're so independent and everything. Bruh, I am just learning how to ask people for help.
Yeah,
Like
it was
I will
rough.
go days, I will go days without eating. And another my friend, I'm like, how far? More senior, you okay? I'm like, yo, guy, how far more? Now hunger, I'm not eating. Just like, you've not eaten and you did not call me. Like, they now get upset
Yeah.
that I didn't say anything. I have like two of my female friends that like, how like, but we don't even call ourselves friends. We call ourselves, I'm like a sister from another mother to them. That's how we
Hmm.
see each other. Do you understand? And the day two of them found, because they're twins, the day both of them found out that the way they see, I'm older than these people with like a year or two. But
Hmm.
you know the way your friends will summon you like Ogbeni, if you don't reach my house now,
Right.
I don't even want to I don't want to hear. Yeah, here's now the mistake I now made. I was like, hey, okay, no wahala, but as I'm like this, I know to get that. I don't have money for transport. Plus, I never back. They were like, pack a bag, we'll order Uber, come to the house. I'm like, okay. Like it was crazy because the way they even shouted at me was like, I don't like, when your friends don't want to hear certain things, when you know that
Hmm.
if you pick up the phone and say, how far? So and so, unless they don't have, unless they don't have, but you see those two, it's not a question of we've been friends since university,
Hmm.
and I can say this for sure. They push me.
That's a good thing. Well, I like that kind of friends. If you don't challenge me or inspire me, I don't really feel like
Mm-hmm.
we could be long-term friends. That is like one of the things I look for in friends. If you don't challenge me or inspire me, like I don't really see us being friends for too long.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, and when I say they push me, they don't just challenge me like with my mindset or like I even saw them recently, and the first thing they're like, okay, like one of them was like, I'm very proud of you. You did your hair, like because like when like when your friends know you that if they leave you, you don't have cornrows on your hair and just be walking up and down the street of Lagos.
Right.
So it's as in when they saw me, they're like, well done. I'm like, so like they with my career, with my relationships, whatever. One of them, out of two of them, one of them is like a mother hen.
Mm-hmm.
If I do mistake and say, "Oh, babe, how far? I'm dating somebody," or as in the way her eye will go from this thing to like, "Oh yeah, sit down, let's talk." I'm like, okay, and
Yes.
because it's funny because I'm just like, so when people take it upon themselves
Mm-hmm.
to look out for you, it's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, yeah, like, so I can't. So those kind of like now it's just like you said something. There are certain friends that you can't talk business with.
Oh God,
There are
no.
certain friends you cannot talk about relationships with.
You
And
gotta
there are certain friends that
compartmentalize.
there are just certain friends that you call up, be like, yo, it's Friday. Are we going out? How far? Let's,
Where we at, girl?
so, so I think one of the things I've learned between my 20s and 30s is, okay, this word is usually hard for me to say, so I'm going to say very slow, compartmentalized.
Yes.
Like, it has helped me. There are certain people that even among my friends that are guys, there are some people that I know that this one, if I call now, stories that touch that I'm going to hear. If I
Mm-hmm.
talk to this person tell me, okay, have you tried this? Have you done this? Okay, let me give you somebody's number. Call the person. This, that, 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 that. And there are just some people that are just amebo. Okay, you know what amebo is, right? Exactly.
Yes.
So it's just something. So I think with time, as I grew older,
Mm-hmm.
it was hard, and I think one of the things I was scared of was losing people.
Yes.
It was one of the things that I was scared of. I was scared of losing people. So I used to try. Now in my 20s, I think that was one of the things that really messed me up. Was I was always trying to keep my friends. I was always trying to keep my people. I was always trying to keep family. I was too scared of losing anybody. Until one day, I had to sit down and I asked myself one very important question.
Mm-hmm.
You are scared of losing people. How many people are scared of losing you?
You. Right.
That was when it hit me that even to relationships, like I don't care how much I like you, I don't care how much I love you. You want to
Mm-hmm.
go? I'm not chasing you. That's the door. Get out.
Right.
Like I will miss you. Oh. It will pain me. I will cry, but you see that cry, you will not see it. It will pain me. It will hurt me. But I will come out and be like, yep, I'm the
It's
yo.
time to go. I enjoyed our
Do
memory,
you
but
understand?
it's
But
time to
but
go.
deep down inside, I'm like, hey, Jesus, my life. How? Like, do you understand? Like in person, you're looking at no, this baby's strong. Her relationship just ended and she's just well inside, I am dying inside because I'm used to this. If anything good happens to me, this is the first person's number I'm calling. If
Right.
anything, but with growing older, I realized that everybody that has come into my life
Mm-hmm.
came as a lesson.
As a
Some came
season.
to teach me a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Some came to teach me a lesson and leave. Some taught me lessons and stayed.
Hey, yes.
So it was growing older when I crossed 30 mark, I realized, look, the people who want to stay will stay. The people who want to leave will leave. There are times I realized at times that friends were dropping me, and it was as if as those ones were dropping me, I was making new and better friends. So sometimes some people just need to leave your circle for you to realize that, bruh, you're way bigger than where you're supposed to be right now.
That's why
So
I
it
started
was
taking myself out on dates so I can socialize and just not stay stagnant.
I need to imbibe this thing again because I used to do that before. Like I'll feel some type of way. I'll just go and think, okay, what movie is showing? If I say a movie that I know that I've always been wanting to see,
Mm-hmm.
or more, like, but it kind of died down because I got used to, so I got attached to someone. Sadly, it didn't work
Mm-hmm.
out. I got attached to someone, and you know when you and this person are used to doing almost
Everything
everything.
together. Everything together.
See, Mikara, it took 1 year for me to break out of that thing. I'm not even going to lie. It took
Friend
because
breakups are real.
so you know what's funny? If it was that me and this person were dating, gone safe, I'll say okay. But you know, like when you've been with this person for like so many years that you're hoping that something will happen, and then it's as if you were never there in the first place. That's how I felt. And then, so
Crazy.
imagine both of you are used to like you guys are used to doing you guys like almost the same movies, the same cartoons, the same sports. You guys like almost do everything together, and then maybe you're on your own, and then you can't. At a point, I couldn't bring myself to watch certain movies.
Mm-mm. You had to reprogram yourself all over again as an individual person. Yeah, it's
It was hard.
that's why I told myself like I need to socialize because I will be by myself for a minute. But socializing, it's definitely been fun. It's definitely helping me train my mind. You know, people are gonna go,
Mm-hmm.
some people are gonna stay, but you definitely need to
Yeah.
monitor their behavior to see if they're reciprocating the same interest as you.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
So,
but I won't lie. I actually like it because this issue that I just told you about that, I was used to being around this person
mhm.
and all that. If it was in my 20s,
Woosah.
breathe,
Woosah.
bro. Because I know that if it was in my 20s, whether I'm dating this person or not, I would have written Wikipedia is small.
Mm-hmm.
I would have written, like, God knows everything that I have wanted to say, everything that I have wanted to, I will pour it out right there, hit the send button, and I will not be bothered. But it's true because in my mind, I've said what I want to say, whether you've seen it or not. I
Mm-hmm.
shall said what I want to say. But I just realized growing up, like in my 30s, I'm like, okay, I like the way the older me is handling this issue because if it was a younger me, I would have blown it out of proportion, even if it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, don't waste your
But
energy.
you just took the words right out
Yeah,
of my
don't even
mouth
waste
because I
it.
feel like
Yeah, that is the
because I
same
thought
way.
about it
Okay.
like imagine you being in your 20s and you're so irrational when it comes to decisions, how you feel and how you think. And then in your 30s, even with everything, how you're feeling with the hurt and everything, you still find a way to think and sit down. You ask yourself important questions like, okay, in the next 6 months to 1 year, will this
Mhm.
issue still matter? Will this person still matter? Won't you find something to do? Won't you grow? Like, I know what my younger self would have done. After sending that message, I was still gonna look for him and cry. I'm sorry, it's not fair. But now I'm just like, yeah, dude, you be all right. As in the
I
day
think
we see, the day we do say, it's okay.
I think because in our 20s we are just getting our feet out into the reality because we've been used to being in our parents' house for like 18 years. So our emotions are just all over the place. We
Wait,
sing
you
half.
moved out of your parents' house at 18?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I said. I was out and about.
That is you guys here. Should I tell you when I moved out of my mother's house?
Go ahead. There's still people that still live in their
28.
mom's house. There's still
Yeah,
people
that's
that
what I'm saying.
still out.
I moved out of my mom's house at 28 and I had to because like you rightly said, there are certain patterns and cycles, even from our parents, that we need to break. You get
You
me?
know, I
And
love
I looked
Gurl.
at myself that all my life, I have never experienced what it's like to live alone, manage my resources, find a job, and, just do me. And I said, if I don't find that now, how would I do when I get married? How will I handle certain situations? How would I make decisions if every time I'm coming home, my mom has cooked, there's food on the table, I'm barely paying any bills. Even if I'm paying, it's not going to be as much, or so and apart from that, I needed to free this place.
Yeah, that's why I said it's when you asked me the question earlier, do you feel like you have pressure? And I'm like, no, because my entire 20s, I had to figure out me, like how I functioned as an individual.
Mhm.
And then not to say I was in a relationship and I was just like, I need to get me together because I'm not together to be married. And then you're gonna want kids. Like, I'm not ready. So yeah, between 27 and 32 was when I had to just reconstruct everything. But your whole entire 20s, you're like trying to just figure out everything. Everything. I've dug myself into debt. I just been in emotional wrecking. I just was everything. I've explored everything.
Mhm.
But thankfully, I'm not a liability no more because I done dug myself out of debt. Okay, close to me. But
No, I mean, you were lucky. I mean, you were so lucky to be able to experience all that in your 20s. I started experiencing that towards the end of my 20s
okay,
into my early 30s. So I like it took me up until last year to start like figuring out myself. Um,
okay.
you know, having that change from being under your mother or your father's roof,
Mhm,
then you are transiting into quote and unquote adulthood.
mhm,
You get me? So this year I have been trying so much to, it hasn't been easy, I'm not going to lie, but I've been trying to restructure myself because
mhm.
sometimes you think you're doing something right until somebody points out and be like, yo, you need to step back, you're messing up. You need to pull yourself together. You are all over the place. You need to center, you need to put
Yeah,
yourself in the center. So if I wish I had, that opportunity. It's just because here, feel like at 18, where do you want to go? In whose house? In which country?
girl,
Do you
not
understand? So
here. I'm in a
no, that's what I'm
capitalistic
saying. Like
country.
that's what I'm saying. Like there, you guys are lucky, but here,
It's a gift and a
first of
curse.
all,
And I don't want to say lucky. It's a gift and a curse. It has
well,
its
it's a gift
cons and its
first, but the good thing
pros.
about it, you can sort yourself out. Nobody can
Oh yeah, of
walk
course,
up to
yeah.
you and tell you something because you've already experienced that, right? Now, let me break it down here. 18,
Hmm.
as a woman, you cannot even open your mouth and say you want to move out. Where
Mm.
are you moving to?
Girl.
So, and even you that you're even at that 18, you're either supposed to be in university or you're already in university, probably living off campus, but your parents want to know who you're talking to, who you're dealing with, who's your roommate, who there's still that chokehold, right?
Hmm.
So now that's as a babe. So even for a guy to even move out of his house at 18, it's a lot
Yeah.
because your parents be like, where are you going to? Who are you going to be with? We need to know where you're staying. We need to, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but because they're so used to having us around,
Hmm.
you trying to find your identity, you
And
trying to break out from the
independence.
norm
Yeah.
is like, it's like you're committing an abomination
Yeah.
because they are so used to, oh, at certain age, you should be in your husband's house. As a woman, you should not be living on your own because if you're living on your own, no man is going to take you serious. No man is going to marry you. No man.
It's a lot.
That is that is the mentality we grew up with.
Hmm.
So it takes a lot for you
Hmm.
to boldly say, you know what, I'm not having this.
Hmm.
That's pretty much it.
18 in America, 18, as soon as you turn 18, you can do whatever you
Yeah.
want. Your parents do not have legal, like a legal contract to, so people are able to do whatever they want to do. So
Wow.
yeah,
So,
you
but
can
if 18,
all
you're allowed to do that. Why are some states saying that 21, you can't drink till you're
21
21?
is 21 is drinking, but 18 is you're legally an adult.
Oh,
But
right.
21 is you could drink. So if you want to
Ah,
sign your lease, so if you want to sign a lease at 18, you could do it. You want to open a bank account at 18 with no parents, you can do that. Like you can do whatever at
mm.
18, but the drinking is until you're 21. So I'm out. So that's why I was like, I was exhausted by 26, 27 because I was just like, girl, I'm tired of this whole independent thing. Like it's been 10 years and I feel exhausted.
It is exhausting. I won't lie. It is. It is
Yeah,
because at the point you feel like you have it covered, but you really don't.
I just got tired of trying to have my hands in everything. I don't feel like that's womanly. Like, how am I
It's
supposed
that.
to balance all of that? Like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Girl, bye. I was like, girl, bye. Hey, when I got comfortable asking, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to keep asking when needed. Okay.
Because it saves you a lot of stress.
Yes.
It
So,
saves you a lot of stress.
girl, we got a nice little eavesdropper coming on in. Let me see.
Ooh, okay.
Can you see my?
Hi, girl. Hello. All right. So, what is the difference with your lifestyle, female friendship, and femininity in your 20s versus your 30s? I think in your 20s, you're more looking to have fun. You're most likely more than likely single, and you kind of have your tribe of your lady friends. You go out and you kind of explore the world, post school together. I think in your 30s, you're starting to, reality hits a little more. You need a little more structure and security with jobs, with relationships. That's when I think a lot of people start to, if they haven't already, started serious relationships, marriages, and then that's when the kids come in too. So it goes from going out, meeting out for happy hour to, meeting for play dates at someone's house. All right. Thank you.
All right. So I think you're just gonna run me through what she said because I really can't hear her.
She was very soft spoken, but she pretty much
Aww.
said she pretty much said this similar to what we said. In your 20s, you want to go out, you want to party, but once you're in your 30s, you kind of just narrow down your tribe because you just have like a lot of priorities. You have your own family, your husband,
Yeah.
goals you want to conquer depending on where you live. Of course, where I live right by New York City, so things are moving and grooving
Happening fast.
with or without you versus someone that's
Wow.
like, you have some friends that kind of move away and you see
Mm-hmm.
them like once every 5 years, but like people priority changes and a lot of females take on the brunt of a family while you may be going after your career, trying to figure out you, whatever the scapegoat go. But
Yeah, it is true though. Because I'm thinking about it and like, if anybody had actually told me that, I'm like, nope, not me and you this lifetime. Because I thought that I was going to be a tomboy for the rest of my life. Like, if anybody had told me that at some point I'll be able to do my makeup myself, get my nails done,
mhm.
making an effort to actually look good, I would have sworn that it's a lie. Because it took it took a lot. It took a whole lot. Even my mom at the point, my mom was tired. I'm like, can't you see your friends? Now she's like, now wow. Every time I see you now, it's a different hair, or it's a different. Okay, oh, I've had. All
Yeah,
right, all right. I'm doing some right. Okay,
we see
I'm doing
you.
some right. I'm actually doing
Definitely.
some right, but yeah, but she's right. I mean, there are just certain things that if you see somebody who is within the same age range as you are right now and they're still behaving like they're in their 20s, you actually get pissed off like, yo, we used to do that when we're younger. There are just certain things you shouldn't be doing anymore.
The crazy
So
thing
yeah.
is, I've been vetting people out. I don't want my time to be wasted because time is so precious. I
It
have
is.
like prerequisite questions that I ask, and if you say a certain thing, like I'm just like, I don't really see this going anywhere. Um, yeah, and then the
Nice. Just be like,
chemistry.
next.
Yeah, and the chemistry is like if it's like a gap, I kind of like, yeah, no, this ain't gonna work. So yeah, I kind of been vetting people out. That is definitely something I started doing like within this 6 months ago. I'm like, yeah, I think this is a time saver of me just saying, hey, this is my friend or this is whatever. But yeah, setting up prerequisite questions based on like my core and what I want in a female friendship, I have that down pat and I have those questions like to a T. Especially that I'm going out like on a weekly basis. It's like
Yeah.
it's sharp in my mind. So yeah, it is something
But
I'm
that's
definitely
good actually because it also would, how do I put it, separate you from um certain people who are not disciplined enough.
Mhm.
And because when they see that to people who are not disciplined and you ask them those kind of questions, and like, let me be the Nigerian at that time. What's she feeling like? Oh, I beg. What she go do already?
Naja,
So
Naja.
it's only, do you understand? So it's only people who are as disciplined as you are, who
Yeah.
know, like, okay, even if they might not be as disciplined as you are career wise, but they know that if they mess up, you're
Hmm.
one of the few friends who will call them out and tell them the truth that, look, you do know that you messed up, right? Like, just
Hmm.
own your mistake. So that is what will make such people actually cherish. They say, okay, if not for anything, you see that one thing that Mikara has. At least if everybody's saying, Eve, well done, no, Mikara will call you and say, Auntie, this thing that you just did. If
Yeah.
everybody's telling you, well done, me, I will tell you, you messed up. And in this day and age, it is
Hmm.
hard to find friends like that, especially
Yes.
with our age group. It's hard because
Accountability. They have so much going on.
everybody, yeah, everybody's dealing with, and then everybody is doing what feels right to them.
Or quick
Everybody's doing what
results.
feels right.
Or a quick results. That is another thing.
Exactly.
And I don't want
Yeah.
that no more because that was in my 20s.
We
I will
don't we
take the
don't need
long
we
route.
don't need that.
Yeah, I will take the long route because I need
Mhm.
stability, foundation.
That's what's up. Yep.
Child. So what did we learn? So what we cheers into? Like what you learned today from this discussion?
What I do what?
I said, what did you learn today in our discussion? Like what are we gonna cheers
Um.
to?
Oh no. First of all, I know you and I are going to be very good friends. That's for sure.
Mhm.
Second of all, there is nothing as good as honest and true friendship. There is
Yeah.
nothing as good as that. And then also, we're still evolving because
Always.
we probably might have, because we might probably have this conversation when we're in our 40s. I'm like, okay, how would I have handled something in my 30s? It's not the same way I'll be handling in my 40s. So,
Sure,
I
always.
mean, yeah. So, I mean, but I like the fact that, it's good to have conversations like this because whoever is going to be listening to this or whoever is listening to this right now would understand that there's value in friendship, but having the right people in your
Mm-hmm.
circle will determine how far you're going to go and how good. So your friendship, your circle will either make you or destroy you. Pretty much it.
Oh yes.
Your circle will
Yes.
either make you or destroy you. It's just sad that a lot of people will have quality and quantity over quality.
Oh God,
It's
it's a
just
lot.
very sad. It's very sad. And people who feel like, oh, you have handful of friends that you can actually count, they'll be like, yeah. But people don't understand that people are around you for certain reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You said something, you gave an example of how you went out with your friends, you had just cut your hair, and surprisingly, you were getting the attention, and the one who was light-skinned and forming, oh, I just did my hair, blah, 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 blah. It's people like that who have sycophants around them as friends,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason why they're like that is because they feel like, oh, if they tell her the truth, it's like a mean girl kind of situation. If I tell her the truth, she'll stop being friends with me.
Girl, bye.
So I feel like anybody who is in their 20s right now and they see this video and they watch it, I want to say this to them. Yo, choose you. So that when you're in our, wait till you get our age, you won't be having this discussion.
You will always have this discussion.
Yeah, like just do you, like just choose you. No, because let's not lie, if we actually had, people to tell us these things, I'm sure there's certain things we'll not have done in our lives. Right. But then again, it's good that it happened because it shaped us to where we are today. So if we have the opportunity to pass the message down to people who are coming after us, we might as well.
Cheers today, girl.
Hey.
I'm gonna have to say my little cheers is every woman's route of womanhood, depending on what it doesn't matter what age, girl, you still got to reevaluate everything in your life. You still got to always reevaluate your friends. You got to reevaluate what you want in life, how you want to present yourself. I mean, we're both tomboys, but your routing was totally different from mine based on your culture, where you are. Mine was mindset. Yours was the full transformation, mind and the outside packaging. So yeah, everyone's route is different, and just embrace it. Always embrace it.
That's it.
Yes. Come on, girls' night out. Yes, if you guys enjoyed A Girl, okay? I had so much fun. If you guys want to share your story, your experience, definitely call in this number and leave a voicemail. It's 202-480-9557. You're not going to get me. You're not going to get Eve, but you're going to get a voicemail, okay? Definitely repeat the question. What was the difference between your lifestyle, femininity, and your female friends in your 20s versus your 30s? We want to hear your thoughts, and we'll include your audio in. Don't worry, you do not have to say your name, where you're at, but you do need to repeat the question because we need to know what you are answering, girls, okay? Yes! Y'all enjoy? You enjoyed, girl?
Yep, I did. I'm definitely looking forward to doing it again, to be honest.
Okay. So this is our cute little girl night out. I hope y'all enjoy. We will check out later, all right? Bye, girls.
Bye.